Yeah, thank you.
Hey, I'm inherently an overactor. Do you know what I mean? Can't stop myself.
As always, time and this author will tell.
Let's start out with talking about the wardrobe in Bridgerton, which is always so incredible and iconic. I'm curious if there's anything specific in your character's wardrobe that really helped you get into the mindset of your character.
I think my necklace, for me, it really takes her back to her childhood, and it reminds her of certain things about herself without giving too much away.
The costume that Benedict wears to the masquerade ball, I think, is quite telling. I really enjoyed wearing it. I thought it was really fun because it's sort of quite stark and quite simple compared to a lot of Bridgerton ones. But I think I felt a bit more swagger than I usually do.
Swagger?
Maybe. Well, just maybe than I started with. Yeah, I think there's something about the fact that it's sort of thrown together in the way that Benedict does feel sometimes a little bit thrown together, like not trying to take anything too seriously, I think.
He had a lot of swag.
I love how we storytell through the costumes and the wigs. It's really, really important for both designers, John and Nick, to reflect what is happening in the season through their design of costumes and wigs. You are wearing something that has a cohesive train of thought.
Yeah.
You know, the wig is connected to the costume and the costume is connected to the wig, and the jewelry, all of that stuff is all connected.
I would say for Danbury, I knew that I was working with a woman who has no husband, has had to make her life in an independent way on her own. So I really wanted her to have the masculine and feminine in her. So she has tailoring. You know, she has stocks, she has cravats, she has, jackets that are all she doesn't have a little lady hat. She has a great big hat. And the cane for me has become more of a swagger stick. If you're in a public-facing thing, it's sort of your armor and your statement and your protection, and you can hide behind the dazzle of this. So I think about her hair and her costumes as very much, Danbury in strategy mode. And then when you see her not in strategy mode, she's a bit more floaty. Her hair's down. She like to have a fag on the go.
The feminine, she?
She's got so it's like it's sort of softer.
I think you might find it, well, rather brilliant.
All of her outfits really served, my character and really helped me to get into her psyche and the physicality. Being a lady of society, it doesn't come naturally to me. So it was great. And once I was in the costume, I just felt ready. I just felt like I was Araminta. It's not often that you wear something like that as well. It's fabulous, but it's restrictive and it's black. It's dark. It's Bridgerton is such a colourful show as well. So I felt really powerful.
I love my ring from John, and I feel
beautiful.
like I did quite a lot with that ring finger before, and now it's like a constant reminder as well. I feel like that really helps me. And if I'm ever wearing gloves, I'm a bit like, my character, where am I?
Yeah, fairs.
Mine's the long flowing coats that I got to wear in season 3. John and Dougie and his team were trying to find moments in season 4 that I could still wear that, but it didn't feel too much of a throwback to an earlier season of Colin. So sort of modernising these long flowing coats that Colin obviously loves from his travels, but keeping it appropriate to this time and this love story. So yeah, I love that.
I really do feel like me, John and George, not that I get involved, like what the hell do I know? But about costume, they know the characters so well. And I honestly do just feel like it does so much the work for me anyway.
I agree profoundly with everything you've said, as I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Do you have any favorite words or phrases that you've come across while making the show in Bridgerton language?
I remember when Ruth couldn't say improper topics of conversation.
I do hope the two of you are not encouraging improper topics of conversation.
And she kept saying improper topics of conversation. That's a really difficult one.
It's a little bit of tongue twisters.
Yeah, they're all tongue twisters.
Yeah.
You had at one point, no spoilers, a very long one
Yeah.
that you deliver.
That was
Amazing. It's amazing. It's like it's a minute tongue twister.
It was.
In season 2, they're like, Phoebe comes back with her baby and they're like, come and see the baby. And then Eloise is just like, why? Has he changed since I saw him last?
That's amazing.
I love that line.
Oh, come and see the baby, Eloise. Why has he changed since I saw him last?
Daphne, you must make haste is iconic, and I love it so much.
Yeah.
Daphne! You must make haste!
There's so many this season that I just found myself giggling at when I watched it again, or just like sometimes just facial expressions. So, yeah, thank you.
Hey, I'm inherently an overactor. Do you know what I mean? Can't stop myself.
My brothers tell me I have a habit of being rather direct.
So I did hear that you both opted not to ask the previous season leads for advice. Because of that, was there anything surprising maybe that you experienced throughout the process that you maybe weren't prepared for being the leads for the season?
It wasn't that I didn't ask for advice. I think I just wasn't ready to ask for what advice that I wanted. But I do think I asked Nicola about like intimacy scenes because that was kind of scaring me a little bit. But I think it surprised me how much of an extension of a scene it was, and it actually wasn't as of a sex scene per se. Maybe that was what surprised me.
I think it's also a constant surprise, particularly doing screen. I think doing screen specifically, and in a show like Bridgerton actually, where everything is so thought through, is how much you can let go of, I think. Like, I think, how much can you really let go, not control, and still hold on to that thing that you're doing? Not completely surrender and be like, okay, fine, I'll just be a puppet for today.
Your characters, especially at the beginning, spend so much time with that emotional intimacy, just kind of holding prolonged eye contact.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for that kind of emotional vulnerability with each other?
Wow.
You kind of have to just surrender to it, to be honest with you. I felt like any time I was trying to control it or anything, it actually was blocking it, and I really just had to be open and present for it and receive it.
Yeah, it's like a little feedback loop together, isn't it? You just have to sort of let go of it, that side, and then you sort of like, you're fed by what you're being given, and then it's sort of like it's like a
tornado.
It's more, it's like a little tornado. It's more like that. I think it's not. It's so. I've never thought about that actually. That I think, it is. They exist in a lot of emotional intimacy. They can't all tie it all together. Maybe in the first few episodes, but it is. It's quite striking. I think in that story that a lot. Actually, it's just a couple of kisses to start with.
If we challenged you to hold each other's eye contact now, who would break first?
Me.
I think, maybe the stage you're
Me.
I don't know if you feel a bit, I don't know. Right now, maybe you, but some days I think it would be me.
Really?
Don't you think? Yeah.
You have such a, stare into your soul kind of look.
Yeah, but if you did something weird, yeah, exactly, I probably would break.
Yeah.
Pardon me, young lady. Could I trouble you for the next dance?
Did you feel any kind of pressure coming in knowing that you were playing a villain?
I just had lots of fun playing someone like Araminta, and she has so much nuance to her that she's not just this kind of one-dimensional villain that we see in, the animation and the classic Cinderella story. It was really important to find the humanity in Araminta and for us to be able to see that on screen as well, and having the opportunity as an actor to play both those facets was such a privilege. She's just very unapologetic and brilliant, and I find her personally quite inspiring.
A lot of the show revolves around romantic relationships, but I love that especially in this new season, we get to see a lot more of your friendship. Can you talk to me a little bit about the approach to exploring the unique dynamics within that female friendship that your characters share?
I think we were well served by the writing.
Yeah.
They've really
and I think well
thought
served
about
by
us.
Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
Exactly. That sort of gave us the foundation, so that that history. They've known each other since they were in their teens and 20s, and they're both navigating this new world. So you know there's been a deal of navigation, particularly in the febrile atmosphere of the court. I mean, your mother-in-law, she gave you a bit of a time of it, didn't she? So my husband, your mother-in-law, tricky. So they've experienced all of that stuff, and so it's wonderful when we get to this season for to know that the audience knows their life too.
Yeah.
So the audience can feel the resonance of every conversation, conversations about leaving and staying and you can't go and you're my subject and blah, 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 all of that stuff. You understand the emotion and the fragility and the vulnerability that's all based on. You feel the wounds, you understand the hurt, and you are intrigued like we are to see, is there a way back?